26, I was in 27, and you were at Camp Powerment twice. The first time she was a recipient of Give Her Camp. So I just want you to hear from her words how this organization has impacted. I know it's impacted me. I went a couple months ago, and so here's Kate.
Really honored to be asked to be here, so thank you all so much. And Camp Powerment, well, I'm going to tell you a little bit about it right now. Actually, about 2 years ago, I got an amazing gift. It was totally unexpected, and it was really, really something that I needed, although I didn't really know it at the time. To make a really long story short, I was in a pretty dark place a couple years ago. There's no reason to get into all the tiny little details, but let's just say that we had a number of things not go the way we thought that they would. We were having some financial challenges, and we had to make some really tough decisions, and one of those was to sell the home that I loved so much. I had spent many months decorating and curating and making it into the home that I'd always dreamed of for our family. And it was also during this time that we lost our 14-and-a-half-year-old Yorkshire Terrier, who was truly my spirit animal and was really my first child. In fact, I liked to call her my dogter. I was also dealing with a medical scare that was stressing me out, and so let's just sum it up and say it was really not the best of times. And I was just struggling, and all of this culminated into a personal crisis. Like, what did this all mean, and who was I really? It was a lot, and I felt alone and sad, and I felt shame. Here I was, this educated woman, and I can't seem to make my life work. I can't find the best parts of me anymore. They felt gone. And while I'd spent many years as a moderately successful performer and then as an executive assistant in New York City, I did not want to do that anymore. I knew I didn't want to do that, but I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. But we needed money, so I started working for a direct sales company and started the slow and agonizing process of packing up our dream home and trying to figure out what was next. It was scary. And so on a lark, I joined a local women's empowerment group. And at one of those meetings, I met a woman who changed my life. Her name is Ann Sussman. Anyone from camp knows her as Sussy. She introduced me to meditation. I'd always thought that I could never meditate because I just have so much chatter going on up in that brain of mine. Anybody else have that problem? I decided to take her meditation workshop, and something happened for me. It took some time, but slowly I was able to sit with my thoughts and my sadness and my heartache and my disappointment and my fear, and while going through it really sucked. It sucked ass. I hope I can say ass at Bloomingdale's. I learned that I had to be with it, that the only way through it was to just be with it. And I had a lot to be with. I had a lot of grieving to do and a lot of soul searching, and I found myself aching for more time to meditate and more time to rediscover myself. I had just put a lot of myself away for a long time, thinking that I could be happy if everyone else was happy, and it was time to grow up. I needed to stop having those dreams of being a movie star. I had a husband, I had a child. I needed to be realistic and practical now, and I could no longer waste time on childhood dreams. That's what I thought. I continued my daily meditation practice, and I got really close to Sussy, and she always encouraged me. She loved me, she supported me, she let me feel what I feel. And that's not always easy to be with. But she always held a safe space for me that was full of love and free of judgment. And one afternoon, she told me about a place called Camp Powerment. She teaches there. She's an expert, a meditation expert. It's a 3.5-day retreat where women get together to celebrate their womanhood, reconnect with themselves, get in touch with the wonder of nature, and experience the magic of sharing stories with strangers. These women share their truth, their vulnerabilities, their fears, and their dreams. And she's telling me about this, and I'm like, I'm in. Can I go? But I found out the price. And we just weren't in a place at that time to spend that much money, not right then. But several weeks later, I got a call from a woman named Tammy Leader Fuller. And she said, I'd been nominated for the scholarship for Give Her Camp, and that she would love to interview me and see if I would be a good fit for this. So first I cried, because I'm a crier, and second I said, yes, when do you want to talk? And how did I get nominated? It was Sussy. I did the interview, and at the end, Tammy said, well, the scholarship is yours. And I'm like, what? So I screamed. I'm a little, I don't mean to be dramatic, I just am. So she said, it's yours, and we can't wait to have you here. So cut to several months later, I spend the most extraordinary 3.5 days with all of these women who are there to love, forgive, connect, find joy, find their spirit, and to love on everyone who is there. And it's just magic. In 3 short days, it completely transformed my life, and it brought me back to me. That me that had been shoved down and pushed aside for so long, not because anyone made me do it, but just because somehow I thought I needed to be practical and realistic about life and dreams. But what I got from camp was this realization that no, I don't. I don't have to be realistic or practical. I have to be me. And whatever it is that makes me me is what is really realistic and practical, because pretending to be smaller than I am or someone that I'm not and do everything for everyone else, that's actually unrealistic and impractical. There's nothing more real or natural than letting your true self out. And I got that at camp. I got it, like I really got it. And gosh, my life now, it's pretty damn wonderful. I mean, it's not without challenges, because it's life. But I started a business, which I'd always wanted to do, but always believed I wasn't capable of doing. But I'm doing it. And I've got big dreams for it, but that's because Camp Powerment made me believe again in dreams. Because Camp Powerment showed me that it's all so possible. So here's what I'm here to say to y'all. There's so many women who need this, but they just can't afford it right now. So here's my plea. Please give money for Give Her Camp. This experience has the capability to transform a life, and in turn transform our world into a place of love, magic, caring, and compassion, and that's stuff we really, really need right now. So please think of that friend you know and you love who's been going through a really tough time, and think of how this could change her life, and then change the lives around her, and then change the world as a whole. Because one person can change the world. So please give what you can, even if it's a little, it'll have a big impact. Thank you.
First of all, I also want to make sure she spins around, because that jacket is on the auction. So she made it, did an amazing job.
Hand sewn.
And I think the bottom line to all of this is there is so much negative just out in the world today, and it's really special to be in an environment with a company, with a group of people that do their best to dig in and support each other and support positive. And the more of us that can dig in and just push positive out in the world, there's a chance for the future. Thank you all for coming. We appreciate it. And you got till 8:30 to shop. Please shop and use those codes to support Give Her Camp. Thank you.